Today we will hear a story, something new to know. Nick, every story's filled with love and truth to show. With Daddy, Mom and dear sister, let's read together stories from the book that Grandma made with lots of love and care and cheer just for you.
Teamwork.
Nick, can you answer the door, please? It must be your friends. Isn't it time for them to arrive?
That's right, Mom.
Hi, Nick.
It's great that you're here. Did you bring the stuff? Anna, did you bring the plastic?
The plastic and the blue paint.
And I brought cotton and glue, just like we had agreed.
I'm glad my mom let me bring this toy box. It's cool. Here we have animals, trees, a tractor, cars, and I even picked up some stones on the way.
Awesome!
I brought EVA and only had this brown paint. Is it okay?
That's perfect. My mom said we can use the kitchen table. I've already left the styrofoam there. Let's go. Well, it's all here. For the water cycle, we'll need clouds, rain, mountains.
I want to glue the clouds.
No, I'll glue it. I brought the cotton.
Guys, hold on. I think there are other things we need to do before gluing the clouds. How about we start with the styrofoam? We all can do something, like... Matthew, I've heard you draw well. Can you make a sketch here for us?
Oh, I can cut out the raindrops.
And I'll sort out the materials we can use to decorate our model.
Anna, Philip, help me here. Take these newspapers. If we crumble these sheets and then paint them, I think we can make some cool mountains.
We can. If you want, I can start painting.
Great! It seems like something's missing.
Of course, the clouds.
If everyone helps, we can finish it quickly.
Wow, it looks beautiful.
It's so pretty. There's even a cow.
You finished it so quickly.
Yes, Mom, because everyone did something and then it was fast.
Yes, Miss Cecilia. We worked as a team.
That's great. How about continuing to work as a team and clean everything up here? Nikki, would your friends like to hear the story with us today? I think they'll like it.
Really? Is it from the book that you talked about, Nick?
Of course we do, right, guys?
Yes.
Then let's go to the living room. Nick, you grab the book.
I'll get it.
No way. I need you to be here in the kitchen with me.
Oh, look what I found here. A story about friends who did a great job together. And the title is Teamwork. Hi, Nick and Gabby. Today's story is about a group of young people who became friends. They knew they had a special job to do, and it was their friendship that helped them not to give up when something discouraged them. Have you heard of them? Joseph Bates, John Andrews, John Loughborough, Uriah Smith, James and Ellen White. Do you know what they had in common? Their love for God and the desire to know the truth that was in the Bible. They lived at the same time, and despite being very different from each other, God took advantage of what each one had to offer and used them to start what is today known as the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Joseph Bates, for example, had been a ship captain. He loved the Bible very much and was one of the first to understand the importance of the Sabbath as the correct day of worship. James was a very organized man, which was quite useful in starting the work of publishing materials to help the church. Ellen became the messenger chosen by God. Uriah Smith and John Loughborough were scholars and also wrote very well. And Andrews was so intelligent that today there is a university in the United States named after him. There is a curious story about John Loughborough. One time, he got discouraged and decided to move somewhere else. At first, he thought he could make a living by farming and keep preaching about the message of salvation. But the problem was, things didn't go as he had planned. To support himself and his wife, he bought some tools and started working in a store. But he had less and less time to preach. Then one day, his friends James and Ellen White came to visit him. They had traveled a long way. Ellen looked straight at Loughborough and asked him the same question 3 times. "What are you doing here, Elias?" But his name was John. Yes, she was reminding him of the time when the prophet Elias had also gotten discouraged, and God reminded him of the important work he had to do. Immediately, John understood the message and went back to preaching. Not nails, but the word of God. And he was never discouraged or tempted to stop talking about Jesus again. It's so good to have friends, especially those who care about us and are always willing to help us.
Dear grandchildren, I hope you learn to work as a team, both in your family and with your friends. The work gets better and it's much more fun to do things together.
What a cool story!
Speaking of delicious, Miss Cecilia, this snack was delicious. Yes.
Thank you. It was also a teamwork, right, Gabby?